Don't break your promises and don't hurt people. Even elementary school students can understand that. However, it may be human nature to make mistakes. Despite that, you have to know that doing bad things will bring you trouble. In this story, Tim betrays his wife and daughter. How will his wife respond? After hearing this story, you won't want to do anything bad.
I had an affair last night.
I know. Let's find out the reason behind her smile.
Seems we got an interesting story today. Affairs never, well, you know.
Well, let's hear what everyone has to say.
Thank you. Let me give you some background info first. I'm an office worker. Don't love it, but it pays the bills. I met my wife at my workplace a year ago. She worked in a different department, but we became close through drinking parties at work. 5 years ago, my child was born and my wife took childcare leave for 2 years. I'm returning to work now. This is coming from me, but she's a good wife. The housework is perfect. She's all gentle and caring. She's smart and can work, so she was admired by everyone at work. And above all, she's a beautiful woman. It seems that many people were jealous of our marriage, so it seems I misunderstood something. I'm a good guy, really. I can't believe I would do such a thing. Got carried away, huh? I told you it wouldn't end well.
Nice inferiority complex.
R.I.P. Thanks, I really am the worst. Our child was very cute, and my wife was very content. I was very used to this lifestyle, so one day a new employee joined the company. Let's call her Alice. So, Alice isn't the greatest worker. She made many mistakes that I had to clean up.
I'm sorry, Tim. Thank you for always helping.
I know you're doing your best.
You're so kind. I hope if I find a boyfriend, he'll be someone like you.
Thanks. I think my heart skipped a beat. Alice is cute and small. It made me want to protect her. My wife, who is the complete opposite of Alice, overheard a bit. When I got home that day, my wife came to me.
You and Alice seem to be getting along lately.
Oh, really? Well, she does make a lot of mistakes.
You seem to be enjoying it.
No, I prefer if she didn't make them. My wife seemed to sense something. It was kinda awkward.
Daddy, let's play!
Of course, cutie.
You sure love your daughter.
Obviously. She's my little treasure.
I know.
The next day, during my work break, Bob came to talk to me. You and Alice seem to be hitting it off. We're just friends. Careful, man. Gotta watch out for those types of girls. Come on, you don't gotta say that. Well, you're married, so nothing to worry about, right? I sure am jealous. Yeah. If I think about it, everyone around me was saying it. I was being lovey-dovey with Alice. It's sort of fun to break the rules of society, right? It's part of being human. Alice talked to me every day. Guys can't help themselves in front of a cute girl. Tim, you're getting carried away.
I have a bad feeling about this.
Making excuses for yourself doesn't change anything. Only because she's cute, huh? You're right, I'm pitiful. About a month after Alice joined the company, we held her a welcome party. My wife couldn't come since it held in only my department. In the second half of the drinking party, Alice came to sit next to me.
I wanted to talk with you today, so I came to you since you didn't come talk to me.
Oh, thank you. It's boring to talk to an old man like me.
That's not true. You're still young and a great guy.
Nah.
I know you have a wife, but even so...
Even so?
Sorry, I probably shouldn't have said that, huh?
Well,
Do you think I'm pretty?
You're very pretty. Everyone thinks so too.
I don't care what other people think. I only care what you think.
Alice then whispers in my ears.
Would you like to drink some more after this?
Clever girl. Oh no, Tim. Chill out, Tim. Chill. It's too late. I called my wife and told her I would stay at Bob's house.
Well, okay. Don't drink too much.
Thanks, babe. Love you. My heart was pounding so fast. I told everyone I was going home, but actually, I went to meet up with Alice. Alice had her arms wrapped around mine. I was sky high.
I'm so happy. I've always had a crush on you.
The face of my wife and daughter came to mind. My pride as a man was completely satisfied. After all, I was with Alice until morning, but she was gone when I woke up. I suddenly sobered up. What have I done? I betrayed my wife and daughter. I came home with tremendous guilt. My wife was awake and welcomed me.
Welcome back. Did you have fun?
I'm so sorry for staying out so late. I can't look at her in the eye. I had pain in my chest. I'm still a bit sleep deprived. I'm gonna go take a quick nap.
You good? I'll take care of our daughter outside, so I'll leave you something that's easy on your stomach.
Thanks, babe. The kindness of my wife made me realize I'm really a piece of trash. I'll be honest with her when she returns. I'll apologize from the bottom of my heart. I'll never do this again. I went to talk to my wife when she came back. There's something I have to tell you.
Oh, you do?
Yeah, actually, I had an affair yesterday. I'm really sorry. I was drunk and it was on impulse. Please forgive me.
I know.
Huh? When I raised my face, my wife smiled. I got goosebumps for some reason.
You lied about staying at Bob's house, right? You were actually with Alice? Am I wrong?
Why? The bride showed me her smartphone. My sleeping face filled the whole screen. What's this?
It was from Alice.
What? I was confused. Why would Alice do that? No more than that. My wife has been smiling this whole time.
Alice told me to divorce you.
She did? I'm really sorry. I lost sight of myself. I will never do this again. I don't want a divorce. You're the only one I love.
Don't worry, I'm not planning on divorcing you.
You're not? The bride had an extraordinary smile.
I'm not.
That's a relief. Thank you. You are really kind. I'm so relieved. But that feeling of relief wouldn't last long. You went and did it, Tim.
There's no excuse for cheating.
I wonder what the wife really thinks. I don't have a clue either.
The wife knew of Tim's mistake, so the question is, what is the secret behind her smile? She said she's not planning a divorce, which brought Tim some relief. However, the bride was aiming for something. What will happen to Tim after this? Predict what will happen next while listening.
It was the beginning of the week and I went to work. I thought it would be awkward to meet Alice, but she still hadn't arrived to work. However, there was some intense discomfort.
There's a weird mood in the air. Even the people who usually greet me in the morning, they're avoiding eye contact. I had a very bad feeling.
Tim, a moment, please?
Sure.
I was called by my boss and entered the room.
He gave me an intense gaze.
This is troubling.
What is it?
Seems you were playing around with Alice, no?
Why?
I heard from your wife that Alice has been harassing her.
What?
Alice is currently under house arrest.
My head went blank. What is going on?
Your wife is such an excellent worker. It'd be a problem for me if she quit.
That's true.
I deeply apologize. So, my solution is this. I'm going to split up you and Alice.
Split up?
Surely, some drama will happen this week. We're still looking into Alice's side of the story. I'm thinking to moving you to another branch in the neighboring town.
Wait a minute!
That branch was known for its low sales, not to mention their terrible employees. My track to success will become completely derailed. The wife can't bear to see you in Alice's faces. As a company, our priority is employee satisfaction. All I can say is, you reap what you sow. If you don't like it, you can quit. When I got out of the room, Bob stormed over to me.
You're the worst. How could you betray your wife?
Does everyone know?
Of course everyone knows, and we're all on your wife's side.
Just let me explain.
Who wants to listen to someone who would let himself get whisked away by a young girl? You betrayed your wife and a daughter. You're garbage.
Looking around, everyone is staring at me with cold eyes. I'm a pile of crap. I thought I would collapse. To be honest, I couldn't work that day. People only talk with me when absolutely necessary. When I got home, my bride was already there.
Welcome home. Your face looks terrible.
Oh, does it? I'm being transferred to another branch. The bad one.
Oh dear, they are? I didn't mean for that to happen.
No, it's my fault.
You'll really have to work hard if you work there. It's all my fault.
No, I have to take responsibility for my actions. I'll do my best. As long as I have you and our daughter, I can do it.
I'll be rooting for you.
Yes, because my wife forgave me, I have to do my best. I have to do my best for my wife and daughter. That's how I inspired myself. But this was just the beginning of the hell that awaited me.
He's already in trouble.
Well, it's Tim's fault. The poor wife. He can't be off the hook with just this. You're exactly right. It was a miserable week. Everyone was cold to me and whispered behind my back. Alice hasn't come to work since then. I don't know what happened to her. I hated going into work, but it was thanks to my wife that I could bear with it. She was even kinder than before. She stayed devoted to me. Even when I spilled tears in front of her, she didn't blame me and gently embraced me. Thanks to that, I was able to withstand the misery. I can't thank you enough. I have no words for how grateful I am. Thank you for always being there for me.
We're married after all.
She's the perfect one for me after all. There's no one else as accepting and kind as her. No one. But at the same time, it made my guilt even worse. Why did I do that? I couldn't sleep at night. She didn't bring it up again, always gently smiling. It just made me feel worse. I could barely sleep. I didn't have an appetite. When I went to my new workplace, I continued to struggle. My condition was getting worse.
You're not looking so good. I think you should go to the hospital.
What? No, I'm good.
You're not eating and you're not sleeping. Let's head to the hospital together.
My wife convinced me to go to the hospital. The doctor told me that it was due to stress. What's going on with me?
Is there anything we should be careful of?
My wife listened closely as the doctor gave some advice that I should take a break from work and not to do anything too stressful.
Get a doctor's note and take some time off work.
But if I do, things will be hard for us, right?
We'll have to deal with it. Let's cut into the savings and figure it out. Right now, your health is the priority.
After being told that, I burst into tears. My wife is doing so much for someone like me. I'm a mess. Truly, thank you. You are the benefactor of my life.
Stop exaggerating.
She smiled again. A true goddess.
What a great wife.
Take it easy. Time.
Y'all too nice. Feeling guilty about his actions, Tim became sick. Even the listeners became worried.
I submitted my doctor's note, but it was treated as an absence. Normally, you should get sick pay, but since I just joined, I didn't have any to use. We managed to get by with my wife's earnings. The bride took good care of me. I spent time at home for about a month.
What's wrong, Daddy? Are you sick?
Just now, my daughter sensed something amiss.
Dad is very tired now, so please be kind to him. Kay, Daddy, get well.
The kindness of my wife and daughter was the best medicine. I can't live without you two. What I thought came out of my mouth. I haven't forgotten the smile of my wife at that time. When I awoke the next day, I felt a strange presence. Morning. Is someone here?
Good morning. Sorry for barging in.
Oh, Terry, I didn't know you'd be here. Tim, how are you feeling? Oh, Dad, you're here too. What's going on?
I was called here by my daughter. Seems there's something she wants to discuss. My wife is watching your daughter at our house now.
Oh, I was called by Kate too. It seems important. The two fathers seemed confused. Even my wife didn't know what would happen next.
Now that everyone's here, let's get started.
What's going on? The bride started talking with a smile.
First of all, I decided to divorce Tim.
What did you say? What's going on? You're going to what?
Surely you know the reason.
Tim, what does she mean?
Tim had an affair with a young girl at work.
My father-in-law's eyebrows raised.
Tim, is this true?
It is. But why? Why bring it up now? This idiot did what? Do you understand what you've done? Tim, explain. Oh, It's true. I had an affair. I'm really sorry. But Kay forgave me, so I decided to do my best for my wife and daughter. My father-in-law looked furious.
I don't remember saying I would forgive you.
What?
I just said I wouldn't divorce you. Not yet.
But why?
Foo-foo. I thought it was strange. If I just showed a bit of kindness, you'd be full of guilt. It's much more painful than being blamed for your mistake, right?
What are you saying?
I decided when Alice messaged me to make you really suffer.
She was smiling as she said this.
I decided not to get mad at you first, just to make you suffer more. As expected, you got more and more sick. I loved seeing you squirm.
I thought back to when I confessed my sins. It's true, she never did say she would forgive me. I could feel the blood draining from my fingertips.
And after your workplace changed, you got even more sick. It was all part of my plan. You were crying to me as if I forgot what you did. I was trying so hard not to laugh.
Just what is happening? My father-in-law and my own father seemed to be confused.
Oh, and about Alice? Do you want to know what happened?
She showed everyone her smartphone, and on it was the picture of me and Alice. But that's not all. This is messed up. She showed Alice, ranting to her. I didn't realize it was this bad.
She said such awful things to me, like, you're too old to be loved, that Tim and I are destined for each other. You're getting in my way. Should I tell you more?
Stop already. It was my bad.
I won't. I've already sued her.
What? When did you do that?
About a week ago. Alice said you'll pay for her.
Huh?
So, there you go. But since you're taking a break due to stress, I don't have any income or savings. By the way, Alice quit the company, since she thought if she married you, there would be no money issues.
Huh?
She was so pissed. She thought you had money due to your position. She was aiming for your wallet since she joined the company.
I remember Bob's words. He said to watch out for girls like her. I didn't listen and got tricked.
And to make sure you pay up, I've even sent the documents to your parents.
My wife's face twisted in a weird expression. Wait, could it be?
Did you finally notice? I controlled you mentally as well. I made you depend on me to make you think you can't live without me, just as planned.
That's...
I knew that you didn't have any sick leave, so I made you use your savings. You've used every last penny, right?
You thought ahead that far?
Tim messed up, but the wife? Scary. So, that was the wife's plan?
That's the price you pay. She thought of the most brutal revenge she could, and executed it perfectly. The revenge plan finally hatched. All was revealed. Even the listeners are in fear. Kate continues to go after Tim.
So, back to the divorce. I'll get custody of our daughter, of course, so you'll have to pay for child support along with damages. But you don't have the money to pay it, so I'll make a deal with you. Since you have no money to your name, I'll be keeping the house.
Wait. Can't we start over? I can't stand losing you and our daughter.
Imagine how I felt that night. Did you think about how I felt? I was in agony. I'll never understand what goes on in the mind of those who betray their wives.
Her dark expression turned to a smile.
It was hard for me too, living with someone you don't love anymore, and you crying for attention. It made me sick.
I thought my heart would tear apart.
So, until the peak of your misery, I waited to have a divorce with you.
Do you hate me now? The bride laughed happily.
I wouldn't say I hate you. I don't care.
I collapsed to my knees. I screamed loudly, but my wife's expression remained the same. I apologize for my son's actions. My father suddenly apologized as well. Kate suffered so much that it drove her to this point. I can't apologize enough. I'm ashamed as a parent.
You're not to blame, sir.
Tim, you apologize too. I apologize from the bottom of my heart. I got on my knees and apologized as well. I regret what I did. I'm sorry. I left my daughter to you, but looks like I made a mistake. To rip her feelings apart like that, you were the worst. I'm sorry.
Sir, you don't need to apologize. So Tim, since we'll no longer be together, I'm going to have to ask you to leave now.
I'm embarrassed to call you my son. Don't bother putting a foot in my house. Kate was grinning. Did she predict this would happen? That everything would go exactly as planned? Her phone then started to ring.
I'll let you hear her voice one last time.
I nervously put the phone to my ear.
You made Mommy cry. I hate you, Daddy.
Her voice pierced my heart, and everything went black.
You have nothing anymore.
I've never seen her smile this much in my life. I feel bad for him.
He crossed the wrong person.
So everything went as she thought?
That girl's scary. Pick yourself up and do your best, Tim.
Thank you for listening to my story. Really, you're all too kind. After that, I tried to persuade my wife to change her mind, but we still ended up divorced. Kate won the case. I wanted to see my daughter, but she didn't want to see me. I dream of the day, till we meet again. I paid child support every month. I was kicked out of the house. There happened to be a space open at my workplace. I managed to secure a place to stay, but I learned food tastes better in the company of others. There are still days when I have no appetite and get no rest. Work is tough, but to pay my dues to my wife and daughter, I'm doing my best. That's all I can do. By the way, Alice really quit her job. As my wife said, it seemed that she was just after my money. She said, "Tim tricked me." Seems Kate told her parents what happened too, sent them screenshots and everything. They flew over here just to apologize. Alice had been missing for a while, but there seemed to be an uproar at work, saying, "Make Tim pay!" When the police got involved, the rumor spread to my branch too. Alice's parents forced her to move back home. Seems they took care of paying for the damages. When they came to apologize, they used all of their wages to pay. Kate is still doing well at work. It seems that she will be promoted soon. It's that her parents and mine are helping raise my daughter. Even if we're divorced, we're still connected by blood. They're still allowed to see their granddaughter. My worried mother contacted me, but only once. Of course, I got lectured. I lost everything, but if my wife and daughter are happy now, I think that's enough. It was a brutal revenge, but I think she was more hurt than me. I will never forget this feeling. I'm going to fulfill my responsibilities to my former wife and daughter. Thank you for listening to the end. If you have an important person to you, treasure them. Even though it was his fault, I feel bad for Tim.
Cheating is a heavy sin.
Wife still got it good. Well, if Tim has reflected on his actions, then I hope good things come to him soon.
Tim, who acted on a casual